Hey everybody, Kyle here. So, I'm hoping this isn't too loud. But regardless, I'm back to making content again. I basically made a really stupid mistake, and when March rolled out and we did all of the really big changes, like the drawing one and all the rebalancing, I got really frustrated, really stupidly. I looked at the changes that were coming out and just thought to myself, well, shit, like the game just got fucked, and that I might as well just play Hearthstone. And I didn't follow the advice of my friend Otu Manga, and I just stopped playing. And I was going through some personal stuff. Again, you guys, hopefully remember, I have some stuff going on, and I just kind of like stepped away. And that was really dumb because the game is amazing. It's even better than it was before. I was just really stupid. I will say that lately I've been getting a lot of anxiety just playing multiplayer games in general because I've always wanted to be like the best, and that's really important to me. But I think what I'm going to do going forward is like I want to make viable decks and I want to have fun, but I'm not going to just like straight net deck things. I'm not going to be trying to I'm going to be trying to optimize. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to just be doing whatever like the best thing in the meta is. I kind of want to have fun. So the channel is going to be very much like laddering. We'll probably be in gold. Maybe we'll get to diamond. Maybe we'll get to S rank. But just kind of like laddering with decks I think are fun. I'm not going to be doing a deck tech or anything right now because it's just kind of like a I'm back video. I just kind of want to say hello and play the game a little bit and all that good stuff. But yeah, I basically have been running a slightly different version of my big Abyssian deck that I was playing before I stepped out of Duelist for a while.
Abyssian versus Abyssian.
I feel like this is still a little too loud, so just in case, I'm going to lower it. Oh, there we go. Well, we definitely don't want these in our opening hand. I really don't want that either, but those are going to be even less likely to be played. I always give the GLHF. Yeah, none of this stuff is really going to be great on our first turn. Oh boy, this is not good. Where do we want to go? Do we just want to walk straight forward? I guess we do. Oh, now we get... Come on, man. Now we get an Alchemist. Great. Yeah, I think we're going to be screwed. I'm trying to think of if there's anything that I can do. But this is looking pretty rough. Because I can't even get, like, extra mana. If I play her behind me, does she just die? Yeah, she does. Probably throw one of these out. They're not super useful in this match. I mean, if I walk down here and then play her... Actually, if I walk up here and then play her, she doesn't just die. So let's go ahead and just do that. I mean, she will have her hero power. Or her Bloodborne spell, so I guess she could walk over and hit it twice and then pop it with her Bloodborne spell. But with how far behind we are, like, I have to take a risk. There's literally nothing I can do about it. Oh, she... Alright, never mind. I'm surprised that she didn't use her power on this guy. And then just kill that one with herself. Unless she's really worried about damage, maybe. We're gonna have 5 mana next turn. At least we can play another Blood Moon Priestess. I mean, it's not gonna be amazing because we don't have, we're not gonna be killing a lot of stuff, but it's not gonna be horrible. Even though we can play this next turn, I feel like it's more important that we hold a Revenant in our hand. That's pretty good. Actually, we can kill a couple things this turn. And then just to try to block their path, I'm going to go ahead and play him like down here. Okay. This is looking alright. I mean, it's not looking great, but we're not in a horrible position. And we have all of our hard removal in case she plays like a Juggernaut, I think they're called. The big guys that like the 4/6s or whatever. Alright, so we're gonna get 2 1/1s. Okay, cool. We can deal with that. We can 100% deal with that. So I want her to move down so there's more room. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. There we go. Okay. I feel much better about this now. And we have the Spectral Revenant for next turn. If we had a Shadow Dancer, that'd be perfect, but we don't have one right now. I mean, obviously we don't. You can see my hand. And if she finds a way, to remove the Priestess, we have our 3rd one, so that's gonna be really strong. Whoa! Really? That's crazy. You know what I might do? Do I still just want to play the Revenant? I might just hard play the Revenant because she just used hard removal. So I think I'm okay with doing that. I'm going to play it. I'm going to put it behind her so that she can't just keep running. And if she wants to deal with this, she's probably gonna be she's gonna be forced to use either like a lure or another one of the Dark Transformation. Aggressive Agony. That is pretty rough, actually. She's gonna have to walk over and hit it, though, I believe. Wait, really? She doesn't have her hero power yet. Oh, the, okay, Alchemist. That makes sense. That was a really value. Like, that was a lot of value for her, definitely. We can do both of these next turn, so I'm probably going to go ahead and just do that. And we're down to 11, but even if she like Shadow Nova's here, we don't die. We should be pretty good here. This like Shadow Creep deck is one of our best matchups with this deck, in my opinion. It just seems to be really good. Getting all 3 of our getting all 3 of our Bloodmoon Priestess in a row was definitely super clutch as well. And we haven't even had to use our removal. Usually, how this deck seems to win is since like really good removal to kill big things seems to be generally decently expensive. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Seems to be generally decently expensive. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think she's 1 off lethal. Yeah, she is. Wow, that was super close. I'm gonna go ahead and tip her. That was really cool. That was really cool. I've only been playing this is my 2nd day of playing, and I was able to get back into gold. So here's hoping we can keep going. But yeah, this is a deck I've been messing around with. I really like, I can't remember her name, But this character's Bloodborne spell, I think, is really, really cool. So I've been playing around with some ideas for her, but so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the deck that I was using. You know, just because. Um, oh, it looks like the bug is back. Where the no, never mind. It's gone. I thought that bug was back that causes what's the word that causes frame rate to drop when you're in the collection menu when you're recording, but it looks like it's not a problem. So the deck is 3 Darkfire Sacrifices because again we're trying to get big guys out fast. 3 Blood Tier Alchemists because I really wanted to make sure I could at least play something early game, and I've been noticing that the 1 damage is a pretty big deal. It's also kind of the best way for us to deal with artifacts. You know, like these are really good times against assuming that we've been fighting against a Lionar that can say like do a lot of AoEs, or we're fighting against Magmar who's been able to get a really good Spirit Harvester, and they also have an artifact on, so we don't have a lot of Wraithlings to throw at it. Blood Tier Alchemist is definitely coming clutch, especially against Songhai when they have the I can't remember the names because like I said I just got back to playing the game, but the mask that does 1 damage to you whenever they cast a spell. Blood Tier Alchemist has been pretty cool for that. Demonic Lure. Again, I mean, it's 1 damage. 1 damage is really important. It also moves things out of the way, you know, provokes, whatever. You guys know what this does by now. Gloom Chaser, great. It's a 2/2 with the Dark Sacrifice target. Jaxies, I really like, because if we have to Dark Fire Sacrifice them, at least we get something out of it. Spectral Blade for board control. Ritual Banishing, because with Lilith's Bloodborne spell, it's almost never going to miss. Spelljammers is a card that came out while I was gone, but I really, really like it. With the new only drawing 1 thing, Spelljammer is super good. I've also had some times where I've been fighting somebody who had like a super top-heavy deck, and they couldn't dump enough cards. Because my deck, even though it's big Abyssian, generally I can dump my hand pretty easy, and the Spelljammer forces my opponent sometimes to burn cards, which is amazing. Blood Moon Priestess, as you saw, it's just to make tokens. I used to think that this card was too slow to put in Big Abyssian because you didn't really have swarms. But with Lilith's hero power now, it's much, much more reliable. Black Solace is, again, great because not only does it combo with Blood Moon Priestess, but if you have 6 mana, you basically get an 8/11 for 6 because you play Black Solace and then he triggers off of Lilith's Bloodborne spell. Reaper of the Nine Moons. This is a card that I didn't see in a lot of lists when I was looking at decks when I returned. But I really like this card because it's basically guaranteed to 2 for 1. You know, it's either going to do like 5 damage to the enemy general and then also kill a minion from their deck, basically. Or it's going to kill a minion and steal a minion from the deck. Like, it's almost a guaranteed 2 for 1. Or it forces them to use like a really hard silence on it, like Siphon Soul or Siphon Energy or whatever, you know, or Sunbloom and stuff like that. Which is great because you don't want them to Sunbloom the Black Solace, the Vorpal Reaver, or the Spectral Revenant, you know? Although this usually doesn't get it, but usually the Vorpal Reavers and the Black Solace are the ones that get Sunbloomed the most. So Reaper of the Nine Moons is a decent body. So even if it gets Sunbloomed, it's okay. Shadow Dancer is really good. It's you know, not only is it our healing, but it also helps us get lethal sometimes. If you have a giant Wraithling swarm and you run each Wraithling into the opponent, you basically each Wraithling does 2 damage and heals you for 1, which is really, really good. And if you get 2 of these on the battlefield of the swarm, you basically just win. Vorpal Reaver, even though a lot of people are saying that these also aren't very strong right now because of Pado and stuff like that, I think that it's okay because, again, like, the way this deck seems to win is attrition. Eventually it plays enough big things that the opponent can't answer them and they whiff. So this is kind of like playing a ramp deck in Magic the Gathering, or playing like a Druid deck in, or playing Druid in Hearthstone. The goal of this deck is to beat your opponent by literally just having bigger stuff than them faster than they have. And then eventually, because, again, you only draw 1 now, your opponents are either you're gonna play a big thing, they're gonna do something to it, and you're gonna play, you know, maybe they'll run all their minions into it. Then you'll play another big thing and they'll Pado it. And you'll play another big thing and they'll hit it with some spells. And then you'll play another big thing and they'll like run away from it, or they'll put something in the way. and then you'll play another big thing, and they're still trying to deal with the first big thing, and then eventually that's just how it just attritions them. Eventually they whiff on an answer, and then if you can keep dropping big things, they literally just can't stop it. And then Spectral Revenant, solid card, 6/6 rush. That's already a win condition if you need 6 damage for lethal. But the fact that you can kill something and still do 4 damage to the enemy, again, this card's been around since the beginning. Most of these have, so you guys understand, why this is in here. But this deck is really, really fun. I've seen a lot of decks that were running Wraithling Swarm. I personally have never liked this card. I think Wraithling Swarm is fine if you're going to play Cassiva, because, you miss out on the being able to just summon 2 for 1. But in my opinion, at least for my playstyle, Wraithling Swarm just doesn't do enough for 3 mana. I'd much rather be dropping a Spelljammer or doing a Ritual Banishing. I don't really want to be spending 3 mana to get some Wraithlings, Night Star Assassin, I feel like, still has potential, but I don't think enough to be run. I mean, that's no surprise. I know this is basically a dead card now. It's a card I really, really, really like, but I definitely think that she, that they're, like, especially, like, when some people have Night Star with my Spelljammers before, but since, yeah, I feel bad about that card. I wish it was still okay. One of the things that does hurt us really bad sometimes is Breath of the Unborn. I ran into this card just once, since I started laddering. It was in a, Nether Summoning, or not a Nether Summoning, I was just looking at this card. It was in a, Shadow Nova deck. Nether Summoning, I really, really like the idea of running. I used to not run Black Solace and run this instead. But the problem being that now Black Solace is so good if you play as Lilith, that I think it has beaten out Nether Summoning as being the best option. Especially since if they Sunbloom this, it's still a 4/7, which isn't bad. It's not bad. Not at all. So this is the deck I've been running. I don't know if it counts as Big Abyssian. I just named it this because Big Abyssian is my favorite archetype. And no matter what the meta is, I just can't stop playing it. But alright guys, I hope that you're as excited as I am to be back. This game is really fun. I'm sorry that I left. That was really stupid. But I'm back, and I'm going to keep playing, and I'll see you guys around.